Okay, welcome to ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Pro British Touring Car Championship. We are at the penultimate round at Donnington Park National. I'm Woody Lizard. I'm here actually on my own at the moment. Huds is at the football tonight, so he's left me here all on my own tonight. But we'll get through the night. We're just having a few little problems with Illogical Sports getting connected at the moment. So hopefully he can join in. We'll wait to see. But we're just watching Slide Science in the Apex Eaters Renault. During practice, he just said he had some troubles with trying to get the rear to be stabilised, but he's doing a good time at the moment with a 1:11.4, just 8.8 of a second off from Dark Racing 40, who's done a 1:10.6, but during practice we saw a blistering time by Dado Racer with a 1:10.121 round in his Monster Energy Renault Megane. And that might have been obviously with their air restrictor fully open. Now that they've got their restrictors set as per their championship standings, Dado will have his at 39.1 with Dark Racing 40 currently the man on pole. He is at 37.1, his air restrictor set. And here Mochi, so we've got a couple of guys actually just dropping out at the moment, so it's not looking healthy. We've got some time up our sleeves though. We will hold this lobby up so they can try and rejoin in. But presently the qualifying order is Dark Racing 40 on provisional pole at the moment, with Low Lux not too far behind there, 0.041 of a second. Here we might just watch to see how he goes on this last little run down into the S's. See if he can topple Darky for pole. No, he's run too deep, and that's the end for him. So Dado at the moment, he's just a fraction off Darky through sector 1. Darky's already in the pit, so we'll just see what happens here as Dado picks up there, turn 7 at McLean's, coming up the hill here to turn 8 at Blind, Apex turn entry. He's up a little bit on his best time, but not enough yet to topple Darky, but he might trouble Low Lux for the front row of the grid. Got to find a little bit more coming into the S's here, the final corner, turn 9, in this 3.14 kilometre layout here at Donnington Park National. And here he comes over the finishing line. What does he do? He just betters his time a little bit, but not enough, still in third. So we will obviously just going to hold off. We learned our lesson last week when we had some problems with the lobby with people disconnecting. We have got the ability to let people try and rejoin. Being an online championship, they just have to start at the back of the grid. Yeah, so there we go. So we've got some little bit of a time here. I've just sent a message to our other admin there currently in that lobby racing, just to say that, well, just hold up before we continue, because we obviously want to try and see if we can get Illogical Sports in, and it looks like also Dark Lord actually, and those two both had a little bit of a problem there. So with that screen moving on at the moment, it means usually the little round circle on our bottom right. From memory, it looks like that's just someone loading in, so that's a good sign. Yes, thanks HUD. You'll be back next week for the final round, which is going to be absolutely a blast, and it's going to be a run to the championship, I reckon. Yeah, we're obviously looking forward to seeing Dado. He's 18 points off the lead from Dark Racing 40, 20 points for a race win here. There's a bonus point for qualifying on pole, which Dark Racing 40 has already got, but then there's one extra bonus point for the next 3 races that we're going to have here for fastest lap. So we know Dado's pulled out some fast times, so if he can get that extra bonus points and also take a race victory away from Darky, he'll close that that gap up coming into that final round at Knockhill over in that beautiful country of Scotland. What a fast track that is. Some very exciting corners there. Turns 1 down the hill, and then obviously up over the little chicane, over the rise, and then that final corner, trying to get that run out of that final hairpin. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these guys can go. It's the championship right down. We've got even Weary Knight 14 points off Dado in second, so Weary's in third. Jeddo, after his terrible it was an unlucky round actually last week where he got disconnected just before the start, and we continued on a little bit too quick, so unfortunately that's where we he lost out a lot of valuable points at Snetterton 300, the first race there, which was race 7 of the championship, 15 race championship here. We're just still waiting just to see. I'm not too sure who we're waiting for at the moment. Obviously, we won't see on the screen. It looks like it's loading up again, that ring. So hopefully that's going to be the last person loading in, and we can continue on. And hopefully we can have them at the back of the grid so we can continue on. There's going to be 13 laps around here at Donnington Park National. Should be race time just over around that 15 minutes again. Frantic racing, a lot to go, so it looks like we're going now, so we are going to see what happens here, and that's all we can do. Looks like they haven't made the grid, unfortunately, so maybe they're having some issues trying to get on. It's going to be a 7-car grid to start off with, so that's a shame for Illogical Sports and Dark Lord. Dark Lord currently in the championship, if I can try and pick that up, he's 7th in the championship. He was only 3 points off Slide Science, who's in 6th. So, yeah, anyway, that's how it is. So I still think that we're going to see some very good quality racing here tonight. And Darky on pole, Lolux. The man in 9th in the championship in that number 12 Team Air Bubbles Renault. So we've got a couple of Renaults in the front grids in the first 4 positions actually. Then we have an Opel Astra in Weary Knight, and then Slide Science in the other Renault, and then the lone Mercedes after Logical Sports has dropped out in Commander Cirrus. There in 7th position at the rear of the grid in that number 41 P51 Sims Sports Mercedes. So we'll see what he can do. He's going to have a little bit of an open restrictor. See if he can challenge and have a good battle with Slide Science and pick up the pieces maybe with some of these other Renaults that are going to be fighting hard into turn 1. Redgate is such a hard corner when you've got many of cars coming through. It's so easy to run wide, and you lose a lot of pace then before you can come down the hill there at turn 2 where I think they call that Hollywood, which is flat out through there, turns 2 and 3 before they come into the old hairpin at turn 4. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go. And off we go. Dark Racing 40. He's got a great start actually, and Lolux has bogged it down. So Dado Racer has been able to manage getting through that into second. Exactly what he wants to do, but Lolux is definitely challenging down into the hill down into Hollywood. And here we go with Dark Racing's leading the pack with Dado. And Lolux having a little look down here into turn 4 in the old hairpin, and that's a nice little bit of driving from both those drivers. The long way still to go in this 13-lap race, and thought better of it, but he's still putting a lot of pressure on Dado's Dado, showing that he wants to keep that inside line. He's got a big championship charge here, Dado. Doesn't want someone that's running at the moment 9th in the championship to get in his way, as Slide Science is running wide there in the background, and that's also opened the door now for Commander Cirrus coming down into the S's, into the chicane, and he's looking like he's done that move on Slide, but Slide can hang it around the outside, but no, he can't. He's had to give up that position, and Lolux has already got a time penalty as Dado completes that first lap in second position, gaining 1 position from the start. And Darky at the moment is having a dream run for round race 10 here of this British Touring Car Championship, keeping his championship lead in a good state at the moment. Look at Weary Knight. Weary Knight is not mucking around there in 4th position on the back of Lowlux. This is going to be a great little battle between these 4 cars, maybe even 3 cars for second. There's Darky here at the moment, and if he doesn't make a mistake, I can see him just taken away with this race. But Lowlux looking up and down the inside as Weary Knight, there he goes. Over turn 8, and now the big run. It's like Dado's going to now have to defend hard. He's going to have to make sure that Lowlux gets his braking right. He doesn't want to push him out wide. As Dado's done the right thing. Squeeze him behind. Make sure he gets a good run out of the final corner down the Wheatcroft straight, so he doesn't become vulnerable into turn 1 at Redgate with the fast Weary Knight in that Opel Astra. Doing a great job in the P51 Opel Sim Sport team, running just a little bit wide as Jetto knocking a little cone out as well. Look at this battle up front for these podium positions as Dado. See if he can compose himself and get onto the back of Lowlux again as Dark Racing 40 coming up the hill. Oop, just pressed a little bit too early, but here comes Lowlux. He's making a move. He's actually there was the fastest man last lap with a 1:10.484. That's actually the official lap record. I just noticed then. So that's the official lap record that we've seen here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League, a race lap record that is. As we've said, we had a time of a 1:10.121 during practice from Dado, but this here is a great run by Lowlux. Just remember his air restrictor is pretty much fully open. That just shows you that the restrictors definitely do come into effect with a BOP in this game. So, but then he's dropped a second on that lap there. He's made a little bit of a mistake. But a sensational time by Lowlux to put his name down there in the record books at the moment as the fastest man around here at the Donnington Park National, as Dado's muscling his way down the inside here into Hollywood. Can he hold it? He's got to hold it around the outside now through the Craner curves. Can he do it? He's going to try hard. He's down there in the inside, but he's just had to give Lowlux a bit of room there into the old hairpin. Turn 4, and now they go way up, back up the hill again, into the Swartz curve, and then up to McLean's. Very fun part of the circuit here, these couple of right-hand corners. You really need to get it right. You can't run right out of McLean's. You want to make sure you can get a good run up here and then turn it in the blind apex into turn 8. Doing a tremendous job, Lowlux here in second. It's Darky, as we can see just there, just coming out of that screen there, well and truly in front, controlling this race. 1.5 seconds in front of this battle. It's been absolutely intense here, as there's a little battle still coming behind here in the Mercedes and the Renault with Commander Cirrus and Slide Science. Looks like Slide might have just got that exit out of the S's a little bit wrong, as Cirrus has been able to just bridge a little bit of a breathing space. They got their headlights blazing, trying to take the attention off their fellow drivers in front of them. Be interesting just to see. Hopefully we can get the other 2 guys in so we can get the 9-car grid back again, and a couple of drivers out as well. We normally would have 11 here. I think we were saying that Matty's Seeking, he was a bit crook, so he made a wise decision not to race, as Night Havoc as well was away, I believe, in that Team Riventech Opel Astra. He actually called for some cavalry early in the week, but no one responded. But back to this battle again. Here we go. Dado Racer has just made that move, and look who's in tow. We have got Weary Knight as Dado. Can he make this one stick? It's going to be Argy Bargy, and Lowlux has come out second best, and here they go. Hopefully they don't have to give up any places in the game, because that was tremendous, strong move, aggressive move by Dado, and he fully deserves that spot. And great racing also by Weary not to keep his nose in it, because Lowlux would have gone around. Oh, it was just all weary, just get that edge of that curb, and that light rear end of the Opal almost gave way on him. And that's a good thing with front wheel drives. They keep the boot in at these drivers. They know how to control these cars, these pro drivers. They keep the boot into it and get the power into those front wheels and let them drive out of those corners when the rear starts becoming a little bit tail happy. Not like a rear wheel drive where you have to feather that throttle. Rear's a little bit on edge. So here we go, lap 6. We're not even halfway yet. It's with this battle that's been happening for second, third and fourth. Darky's been able to extend his lead by 3 seconds. Doing a great job out in front there in the Mochi team car. Teammates to Jetto. They were 1-2 before they came into Snetterton. And as we said, that first race with the disconnect problem with Jetto really cost their 1-2 form that they've been doing. But Jetto's still in the hunt there in 4th position in the championship, only 13 points off Weary Knight. But at this moment, Weary's got that one hand better in the moment in 4th. There's that one position in front of him, but Jetto slowly, ever so slightly catching him. A little bit faster those last few laps Jetto has been. So it won't be long that maybe we might see Jetto come into contention here. There's still plenty of time in this motor race. Round 10 of the British Touring Car Championships here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League for your Australian New Zealand races on Xbox. Come and have a look. We've got our website. If you want to come and have a look at us at aus-nzcrl.weebly.com, or obviously on Facebook, where a lot of us organised leagues are these days. But you can search us very easy, ANZCRL, and then just punch in a couple of questions that we've got there, 3 answers I should say to the 3 questions that we have, and come and join for some really good ANZ Combined Racing League action throughout the year. If you've head to our website, obviously you will see our series that we've got coming up as Dado just making his way forward again. He's just bridged that gap a little bit to Darky, but I think he'll be settled for second at the moment unless Darky makes a little mistake somewhere. Very corner that could catch him out is that turn 8, up over the top of the rise after McLean's. Sometimes you can run wide there and it can cost you a lot of time, so we'll see what happens there. But at the moment, it's looking pretty much straightforward for first and second if at the rate we're going here, but Lolux is always just edging that little bit close every now and then to Dado, keeping him honest. They've bridged away now from, and we've missed it from the move that Jetto's made on Weary Knight, so that's a big move for Jetto, trying to chase down Weary in 3rd position, so that one extra position is going to help Jetto bridge that gap. We've still got another 5 more races in this championship after this one, 2 more here and then 3 at Knock Hill next week. So Jetto, if he can come home with 3rd in the championship, I believe that he'd be very satisfied with that. Even there's a good chance that it's very hard to get second. He'll have to try and make some moves on Dado, but at this stage, 3rd will be great after he's had that non-scoring round. Oh, not round, but race, I should say. Sorry about that. And here we go, lap 9. Oh, as Jetto hasn't been able, he's actually been balked. He hasn't been able to get the power down now as he comes up. He's going to have the inside up here into turn 7, up into McLean's, but I think he's let Weary go. Obviously, he's had a little bit of a mistake. I don't know if I can hear a car. Yes, I can. Lolux right out on the boondocks at the moment. So these two are going to come on through. Where are we? There we go, Lolux. And also Commander Cirrus. What a drive from Commander Cirrus at the moment in 5th in this Mercedes. He's reaping all the benefits from all the other guys with all their mistakes that's been happening at the moment. Slide Science. Just trying to get that power down, but hasn't been able to. He's going to have that inside if he can hold it off, but it doesn't look like this. Looks like with that air restrictor that Lolux has been able to have, where it's nearly open, the BOP, but he's just got it wrong into turn 1, into McLean's. into Redgate, sorry. Can Slide Science capitalise here, going down Hollywood. It doesn't look like it at the moment. Trying hard here into the old hairpin. Look at the car just getting sideways of a low lux. But this battle up here between both Commander Cirrus, Jetto and Weary Knight is something we need to just keep an eye on in the closer stages of this race. As just in the background we can just see Lolux defending on slide signs. So this is going to be an action-packed race even with only 7 cars, and it's definitely delivered here at Donnington Park. And Darky's made a mistake, and Datto has now bridged this gap, and he's got a good run coming down into the into Redgate. And Darky's moving across on Datto, giving Datto a bit of taste of his own medicine after last week's round when we saw Datto moving around a little bit on the braking in front of Darky, and it did cause a couple of little accidents where we thought Darky may have been at fault, but replays did actually show that Datto braking a little bit and moving offline, causing Darky had nowhere to go, but it was still some close, hard racing last week, and it's still delivering here now as Datto. Can he make a move up down the inside as the rear brakes of Darky locking up over through McLean's? Datto ducking it down the inside. Can he do it? No, he thinks better. There's still some more time, but it looks like Darky's tyres are gone. Datto may have looked after his tyres in this race as they're weaving around here trying to break the slipstream. It's going to be hard coming into the S's here. It's hard to make a move when 2 cars are so competitive, so evenly matched. All it's about is getting a good exit. Some of these longer straights, see if he can be ballsy enough to stick it down the inside of Redgate, but I think his best move is trying to maybe get it through the crane of curves, and if he can try and work his way, get a good run out of the old hairpin at turn 4 and then up into McLean, it could be a good move up down the inside. It's a great overtaking point there at turn 7. And here he goes down past Hollywood into the crane of curves, into the old hairpin. Concentrate, get a good exit, looks like he has. Will he be able to make it up the move here up to McLean's at turn 7? It looks like he's got a little bit of a run. It's a long drag up the hill. Looking hard, will he do it? No, he won't, as Darky's wheels again just screaming mercy at the rear. As all the load has been moved out onto the left rear there. The right rear sort of sticks up a little bit. Great action shots for photographers, that's for sure, even in the real life. But here we go as Darky's defending down the inside. We've seen some guys being able to hang it out the outside into the corner here, and then you've got the inside into this final bit of the corner of the S's. But you've got to be brave. This is the 2 championship contestants at the moment. Dark Racing 40 only in the lead with 18 points over Datto. Datto's looking down the inside of Redgate. He's made the move. Will it stick? He's taken the cone out. It's bouncing around in our screen, but it looks like he's had to back out. May have to give that position back. It would have been a dicey move if he did continue on with that and may have incurred a penalty. Wise move by Datto, but he's also ruffled Darky at the same time. Can he try and get him? There's only a few more corners remaining. This is the last lap. As we're watching this battle here with Dark Racing 40 and Datto Racer first and second in the championship. Weary Knight third in the championship, third at the moment. Look like he's going to settle for third. And Jetto fourth. So the way that the race results are at the moment is actually the results of the championship as it stands as well. So the top is the cream of the crop always seems to rise on every occasion. So here we go. It looks like Darky is going to make this another victory in his charge to the British Touring Car Championship here, taking out race 1 here at Donnington National. Great race, and well done to also Datto Racer in second position as Weary Knight comes over the strip for third position. Beautiful by SimSport Cos, and Jetto just making the pole spot over the hard charging Commander Cirrus, who had a penalty that has now dropped himself down into, I think it was 5th position. No, to 7th position. He had an 11-second penalty. So all that hard work by the Mercedes of the P51 SimSports car has just dropped him down from... and Weary Knight had a penalty too, which is put up Jetto, so that's going to increase his chances now to take that position of that third position from Weary Knight. So those penalties have definitely paid out. As we could see, Dado had a 3-second penalty anyway, so that wouldn't have mattered even if he made that move on Darky. So what a race. There we go. We just go through this again. So Dark Racing 40, what a commanding victory there, in the Mochi Racing team did everything right there to take victory, with Dado Racer challenging hard most race between himself, Weary Knight and Lolux, who ran wide near the end, about 3 laps remaining. Cost him a possible podium, Lolux, but Dado came home in second, with Jetto leapfrogging Weary Knight after Weary came home third, but had a 5-second penalty, which gave Jetto that third spot, which is going to do him well for the championship. Chase for that final podium spot over Weary Knight. Slide Science in 5th, and then Lolux in 6th position, leapfrogging Commander Cirrus after he really did finish, I think it was in 5th, but yeah, dropped those positions with that 11-second penalty. So there you go. So we'll continue on, so the guys can we can set up this second race. Woody Liz has been your host there tonight for the first running around here at Donnington Park. We've got another 2 more races to come tonight. We'll be back within probably around the next 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes practice. I'll try and get it up, but just at the end of practice. Be back to you here on our ANZCRL Combined Racing League Twitch channel. Until then, I will see you very shortly.